Hello students, this is our sixth lecture of advanced complex analysis. In previous lecture we have seen spaces of meromorphic function and one theorem on the spaces of meromorphic function, and in this lecture we will see the another theorem on spaces of meromorphic function. Okay, so before going to the theorem we will see one definition of Lipschitz function. Okay, so the definition is, if f is a meromorphic function on region G, then we can define mu of f from G to R by mu of f of z is equals to twice mod of f dash of z, which is derivative of f. Okay, so twice mod of derivative of f upon 1 plus mod of square of mod of f of z. Okay, this is the definition of mu of f of z. Okay, when z is not a pole of f. इफ जर आपण कन्सिडर केलं की झेड हा एफचा या रिजनमध्ये पोल नाही आहे, तर आपली म्यू ऑफ एफ ऑफ झेडची डेफिनेशन काय होईल? ट्वाईस मॉड ऑफ एफ डॅश ऑफ z upon 1 plus square of mod of f of z. Okay, and if we consider a is a pole of f, then we can define mu of f as mu of f of a is equals to limit z tends to a twice mod of f dash of z upon 1 plus square of mod of f of z. Okay, the only difference is here we use the limit f z tends to a. Okay, so this is the definition of mu of f of z. Then what is Lipschitz function? So from this we can say that mu of f belongs to C of G complex plane C. Okay, this is C of G complex plane C is nothing but the set of all continuous functions from G to complex plane C. Okay, and if we define a function f from G to extended complex plane C infinity. So if this f from G to extended complex plane C infinity is meromorphic, then for z close to z dash we can say that d of f of z dash is approximated by mu of f of z mod of z minus z dash. Okay, we get this d of f of z dash, the value of this as mu of f of z mod of z minus z dash. Okay, and if the bound can be obtained for mu of f, then we can say that f is a Lipschitz function. If this is the definition of mu of f of z. Okay, and we can if we found the bound for this mu of f, then we can say that this mu of f is nothing but the Lipschitz function. Okay, and if f belongs to a family of functions and mu of f is uniformly bounded for f in this family, then we can say that the family is a uniformly Lipschitz set of functions. Okay, if mu of f is uniformly bounded for f in this family, then we can say that the family is uniformly Lipschitz set of function. Okay, this is the definition for Lipschitz function. Then the theorem, we move to the theorem. Okay, so the statement of theorem states that a family script f, which is subset of set of meromorphic function, is normal in C of G extended complex plane C infinity if and only f mu of script f, which is identically equal to the set of mu of f where f belongs to script f, is locally bounded. Okay, we have to show that a family script f is normal if and only if mu of script f is locally bounded. Okay, so let's start with the proof. Okay, so here first we consider that script f is locally bounded. Okay, so let script f which is subset of mu of g with mu of script f is locally bounded. Okay, so we can say that mu of f belongs to C of GR. Okay, and CR is nothing but the subset of C of G complex plane C. Okay, so indirectly mu of f belongs to C of G complex plane C. Okay, so we have considered here script f is locally mu of f is locally bounded. Okay, so by definition of locally boundedness, so locally boundedness means that, what is the definition for locally boundedness? For each a belongs to G, there are constants m and r which is greater than 0, such that for all f belongs to script f, we have mod of mu of f of z is less than or equal to m for all mod of z minus a less than r. Okay, this is nothing but our definition of locally boundedness. Okay, we have considered that mu of f is locally bounded, and we have to show that that script f is normal in C of G extended complex plane C infinity. Okay, so to show the normality of script f in C of G extended complex plane C infinity, we apply here the Arzelo-Ascoli theorem. Okay, so what is the statement of Arzelo-Ascoli theorem? Arzelo-Ascoli theorem states that a function is normal if first condition is that if for each z belongs to G. Okay, we write here. Okay, this requires first condition is that for each z belongs to G, the set f of z where f belongs to script f has compact closure in omega, that is here extended complex plane C infinity. Okay, so we required this first condition. This is first condition for Arzelo-Ascoli theorem. Okay, but here extended complex plane C infinity is compact, and a closed subset of compact set is compact. We know that a closed subset of compact set is compact. So we can say that, so our first condition is satisfied. Okay, look, बघा इथं आपण काय कन्सिडर केलं आहे की म्यू ऑफ एफ इज स्क्रिप्ट एफ इज काय लोकली बाउंडेड आहे. मग त्या डेफिनेशननुसार आपण हे डिफाईन केलं आहे. ओके, मॉड ऑफ म्यू ऑफ एफ ऑफ झेड इज लेस दॅन ऑर इक्वल टू एम, आणि आपल्याला शो करायचं आहे स्क्रिप्ट एफ इज नॉर्मल. ओके, तर हे प्रूव्ह करण्यासाठी आपण काय यूज करतो, आर्झेलो-आस्कोली थेरम. तर आर्झेलो-आस्कोली थेरमनुसार आपली पहिली कंडिशन काय असते, फॉर इच झेड बिलॉंग्स टू जी वी हॅव टू शो दॅट धिस सेट ऑफ एफ ऑफ झेड हॅज कॉम्पॅक्ट क्लोजर इन C infinity, that is extended complex plane. Okay, but we know that extended complex plane is compact, and every closed subset of compact set is compact. Okay, so here this f of z is nothing but the closed subset of extended complex plane C. Look, we have considered here the mapping from G to extended complex plane C infinity. Okay, so here Z belongs to this G. Okay, and this Z maps from G to C infinity. Okay, so here it is f of Z, and collection of this all f of Z, and collection of these all f of z forms a set which is closed in this C infinity. Okay, but C infinity, that is extended complex plane, is already compact, so this closed subset of C infinity is also this closed subset of C infinity is also compact. Okay, and we can say that his set of f of z has compact closure in C infinity. Okay, so this is a first condition. Okay, and what is the second equation for the Arzelou-Ascoli theorem? Okay, our second equation is second condition is we have to show that script f is equicontinuous at each point of G. Okay, so we have to show that script f to be equicontinuous at each point of G. Okay, at each point of G. For this we consider we know that point wise locally bounded implies locally bounded on compact set. Okay, locally bounded on compact set. Also, let K be an arbitrary closed disk. Okay, let K be an arbitrary closed disk in G. Okay, also it is bounded. Okay, so and from this, okay, this is closed and bounded, then we can say that this is compact. Okay, we have, and hence by Henn-Borel theorem we can say that K is a compact set. Okay, आपण नेहमी म्हणत असतो की एखादा सेट जर क्लोज आणि बाउंडेड असेल तर तो काय असतो, कॉम्पॅक्ट असतो. ओके, आणि हे कशानुसार असते, हे हेन्स-बोरेल थेरमनुसार आपण हे म्हणू शकतो की एखादा सेट जर क्लोज आणि बाउंडेड असेल तर तो कॉम्पॅक्ट होतो. ओके, तर आपल्याला के काय मिळाला, कॉम्पॅक्ट मिळाला. आणि अगेन वी कॅन से दॅट आपण कन्सिडर केलं आहे की म्यू ऑफ स्क्रिप्ट एफ काय आहे, लोकली बाउंडेडनेस. सो देन locally boundedness of mu of script f implies that there is a m such that mod of mu of f of z is equals to mu of f of z is equals to twice mod of f dash of z upon 1 plus mod of f of z square, okay, is less than or equal to m from 1. Okay, this less than or equal to 1, m is nothing but the definition for locally boundedness, and we get mu of f of z is equals to this from the definition of mu of f of z, which is we have already seen mu of f of z is equals to twice mod of f dash of f dash of z upon 1 plus square of mod of f of z. Okay, this is nothing but this. Okay, so this quantity is less than or equal to m. We get this from the definition of locally boundedness for all z belongs to k and for all f belongs to script f. Okay, we consider z and z dash belongs to k. K is our compact set. Okay, k is our compact set. Compact set, k is a compact set, and we consider here three conditions. Okay, case 1, in this case we consider that neither z nor z dash are a pole of fixed function f. Okay, so suppose neither z nor z dash are poles of a fixed function f belongs to script f. Okay, now we consider alpha greater than 0, and we choose here and choose points w0 which is equals to z, then z1 z2 up to w0 is equals to z, then w1 w2 up to wn which is equals to z dash. Okay, these all points are in k which satisfies following conditions. Okay, which satisfies following. So first one is, what are those conditions? This following condition, there are 4 following conditions that which are first is for 1 less than equal to k less than equal to n, w belongs to wk minus 1 wk, set of wk minus 1 wk implies w is not a pole of f. Okay, this is our first. Then second one is summation from k from 1 to n, mod of wk minus 1 is less than twice z minus z dash. Okay, the third one is mod of 1 plus mod of f of wk minus 1 square upon square root of 1 plus mod of f of wk square into 1 plus mod of f of wk minus 1 square. Okay, and square root of whole minus 1 is less than alpha for 1 less than or equal to k less than or equal to n. Fourth one is mod of f of wk minus f of wk minus 1 upon wk minus 1 minus f dash of w k minus 1 is less than alpha for less 1 less than or equal to k less than or equal to n. Okay, so this is the fourth condition we consider here. For this we consider here that let alpha greater than 0 and we choose point from w0 to wn. Here w0 is equals to z and wn is equals to z dash. Okay, and all this point belongs to k, and this point satisfies this following four conditions, which is first one is w, if w belongs to wk minus 1 wk this set, then wk is w is not a pole of f. Second, summation from k to k is equals to 1 to n mod of wk minus 1 is less than twice mod of z minus z dash. Third one is this 1 plus square of mod of f of wk minus 1 upon square root of 1 plus mod of wk f of wk square into 1 plus mod square of mod of f of wk minus 1 is less than alpha. And fourth is f of wk minus f of wk minus 1 upon f wk minus 1 minus f dash of wk minus 1, this whole mod is less than alpha. Okay, we have these four conditions. On basis of these four conditions we have to prove a further theorem. Okay, so in this first case we have considered that neither z nor z dash are poles. Okay, and we got these four conditions. Now since k is a compact disk, okay, since k is compact disk and the poles of the poles of f are isolated. Okay, we know that poles are isolated, singularity. Okay, then there are only finitely many poles. Okay, there are only finitely many poles of f in k. Okay, and we get this from the by Bolzano-Weierstrass theorem. Okay, what and हा बोल्झनो-वायरस्ट्रास थेरम तुम्ही MSc फर्स्ट इयरमध्ये कॉम्प्लेक्स अनालिसिसमध्ये शिकला आहे. आणि हा काय आहे नेमका हे तुम्हीच रिवाइज करा, मागच्या वर्षीच्या नोट्स वगैरे मध्ये शोधून बघा. ओके, यू विल गेट इट. ते हे तुमच्यासाठी होमवर्क आहे. व्हॉट इज हे शोधायचं आपलं तुम्हाला की बोल्झनो-वायरस्ट्रास थेरम नेमका काय आहे. ओके, सो या थेरमवरून आपण म्हणू शकतो की के इज इफ के इज कॉम्पॅक्ट डिस्क अँड पोल ऑफ एफ आर आयसोलेटेड, देन वी गेट द ओनली फायनाइटली मेनी पोल्स ऑफ एफ इन के. ओके, सो there is a polygonal path p from z to z dash. Okay, from z to z dash satisfying 1 and 2, above 1 and 2 condition, this one and this one condition. Okay, so now consider g of z dash, okay sorry, g of z1 z2 is equals to 1 plus mod of f of z1 square upon 1 plus mod of f of z1 square into 1 plus mod of f of z minus 1 square and the wholes are square root. Okay, so from this we can say that then we define here g, function g, and we can say that g is continuous on k except at poles. Okay, except at poles of f. Okay, now since g of z1 z2 is equals to 1, then for each z1 and alpha greater than 0, for each z1 and alpha greater than 0, if z1 sorry if z2 is sufficiently close to z1, then we can say that then mod of g of z1 z2 minus 1 is less than alpha. Okay, first we define here new function g of z1 z2, okay, as this, okay, and here g is continuous on k except at the poles. Again we consider here that g of z1 z2 is equals to 1, and then असं प्रत्येक इफ z2 इज सफिशियंटली क्लोज टू z1 आपण म्हणू शकतो की mod of g of z1 z2 minus 1 is less than alpha. Okay, how? Okay, we have this is less than alpha, so we can say that, so for each z1 belongs to P, there is a small disk small open disk centered at z1 such that for all z2 in disk mod of f of z1 minus f of z2 upon z1 minus z2 minus f dash of z1 is less than alpha. Okay, and this is nothing but one of the conditions. Okay, this is our, I think, fourth condition we have considered here. F of wk minus f of wk minus 1 upon wk minus 1 minus f dash of wk minus 1 is less than alpha. Okay, this is nothing but our fourth condition. Okay, f of z1 minus f of z2 upon z1 minus z2 minus f dash of z1 is less than alpha. Okay, so we can say that, so for each z1 belongs to P, there is a small disk centered at z1 such that both mod of g of z1 z2 minus 1 is less than alpha, and second mod of f of z1 f of z2 upon z1 minus z2 minus f dash of z1 is less than alpha. Okay, we got these two equations. Okay, and this is for all z2 in small disk. Okay, so we get this, and now this resulting collection. Okay, now this resulting collection of small disk, here one disk for each z1 belongs to P. Okay, is an open cover of P. Okay, so let's see. We get mod of g of z1 z2 minus 1 is less than alpha. Okay, then we again consider z1 belongs to P, and there is a small open disk which is centered at z1 such that for all z2 in disk, mod of f of z1 minus f of z2 upon z1 minus z2 minus f dash of z1 is less than alpha. Okay, and together we can say that for z1 belongs to P, there is a small disk center at z1, and for all z2 belongs to this small disk, we get mod of g of z1 z2 minus 1 is less than alpha, and mod of f of z1 minus f of z2 upon z1 minus z2 minus f dash of z1 is less than alpha. Okay, and this collection we get the small disk here. Okay, for z1. Okay, there are many z1 many points in this P. Okay, this along this path P. Okay, so हे आपण एका z1 साठी कन्सिडर केलं. हा z1 Pला आपला जो पाथ आहे त्या पाथमधला एक पॉईंट आहे z1. ओके, पण असे खूप सारे पॉईंट्स असतील पीवर. सो जर आपण प्रत्येक पॉईंटवर पीच्या जर अशी एक स्मॉल डिस्क कन्सिडर केली, आणि मग त्यांचं हे काय, हे स्मॉल ओपन डिस्क आहे, आणि त्यांचं कलेक्शन आपल्याला काय मिळेल, मग एक ओपन कवर ऑफ पी मिळेल. ओके, सो okay which is like this, if z1. ओके, आपल्याला एक स्मॉल डिस्क म्हणतात z1 ची, दुसरी मिळेल z2 ची, तिसरी मिळेल z3 ची, आणि अँड सो ऑन. सो या सगळ्या डिस्कचं युनियन जर आपण केलं तर काय मिळेल आपल्याला, युनियन फ्रॉम we said that I is equals I from 1 to infinity zi. Okay, and this is p. ओके, हे काय करेल, पूर्ण पीला कवर करून टाकेल, याची युनियन काय करेल, पीला कवर करून टाकेल. मग आपण काय म्हणू शकतो, धिस कलेक्शन ऑफ स्मॉल डिस्क इज ॲन ओपन कवर ऑफ पी. ओके, यावरून आपण काय म्हणू शकतो, धिस युनियन ऑफ स्मॉल डिस्क फॉर्म्स ॲन ओपन कवर ऑफ पी. ओके, आपल्याला एक आता याचा पीचा ओपन कवरिंग मिळाला. सो since P is a compact set, there is finite number of small disk covering P. ओके, इथे आपण काय केलं होतं, इन्फायनाईटपर्यंत कन्सिडर केलं होतं, आय फ्रॉम 1 to infinity झेड आहे. ओके, पण आपल्याजवळ काय आहे, पी काय, हे कॉम्पॅक्ट सेट आहे, म्हणून इथे काय राहिली, एक फायनाईट नंबर राहील. फायनाईट नंबर म्हणजे आपण इथे म्हणू शकतो पी फ्रॉम आय फ्रॉम 1 to n झेड आहे. ओके, हिअर z1 युनियन z2 युनियन z3 अप टू युनियन zn. ओके, वी have finite number of small disk covering P. Okay, now then label points W is equals to W1 W2 up to W1 which is equals to Z dash. Okay, such that the set WK minus 1 to WK lies entirely inside the given open disk. Okay, okay is equals to 1 to up to n. ओके, हा सेट काय झाला पाहिजे, एंटायरली आपल्या ओपन डिस्कमध्ये कंटेंट झाला पाहिजे. ओके, सो नाव from this we can say that then the polygonal path determined by z0 is equals to w0 is equals to z, w1 w2 up to w1 which is equals to z dash satisfies our third and fourth condition. Okay, so here a polygon path satisfies third and fourth condition, and previously Previously, our polygon path already has satisfied first and second condition. From this we can say that our polygonal path satisfies all these four conditions. Okay, so this polygonal path W1, W2 up to Wn satisfies all of these conditions. Okay, now we consider beta k. If beta k is equals to square root of 1 plus mod of f of wk minus 1 square into 1 plus square of mod of f of wk, okay, that's a square root. Then we have d of f of z dash is equals to, is less than or equal to summation k from 1 to n d of f of wk minus 1 f of wk. Okay, this less than or equal to sign we get here less than or equal to sign because of by triangle inequality. Okay, this is this is the sign of summation. We get d of summation a plus 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 plus. So this is nothing but our triangle inequality, and we get here less than or equal to sign. Okay, also here w is equals to z0 and wn is equals to z dash. Okay, so we can say here, okay, to summation from k is equals to 1 to n 2 upon beta k into mod of f of wk minus f of wk minus 1. This is from the definition of d. Okay, then is less than or equal to summation from k to n 2 upon beta k mod of f of wk minus f of wk minus 1 upon, here we multiply and divide and multiply by wk minus 1. Okay, here we divide and here multiply. Okay, wk minus 1. Okay, again we get here less than or equal to summation k from 1 to n 2 upon beta k mod of f of wk minus f of wk minus 1 upon wk minus 1. Here we add and subtract f dash of wk minus 1. Okay, this mod into this wk minus 1. Okay, now we separate the mod. Okay, we separate the summation from 1 to k from 1 to n 2 upon beta k into f of wk minus f of wk minus 1 upon wk minus 1 minus f dash of wk minus 1 into wk minus 1. Okay, plus this is our first term, this up to this into this part, and second is summation from k from 1 to n 2 upon bk mod of f dash of wk minus 1 into wk minus wk minus 1. दिस इज इथून इथपर्यंत आपला हा फर्स्ट टर्म झाली, इथपर्यंत इंटू हा मॉड, आणि सेकंड टर्म आपली हा मॉड इंटू हा मॉड. ओके, सो in this way we distribute the summation. Okay, now we have d of f of z dash is less than or equal to twice alpha summation k from 1 to n 1 upon beta k mod of wk minus 1 plus second one is summation k from 1 to n 2 upon beta k mod of f dash of wk minus 1 mod of wk minus 1. Okay, we get here 2 alpha from a third condition, which is our third. This is our third. Okay, in previous step we get here summation 2 upon beta k into mod of f of wk minus 1 upon wk minus 1 minus f dash of wk minus 1. This is nothing but our this fourth condition. Okay, and we get for this term as alpha, okay, less than alpha, this term is less than alpha. Okay, so here we have 2, so this 2 alpha, we take this 2 alpha outside the summation and we get 2 alpha into summation of 1 upon beta k into the remaining mod of wk minus 1, and this term is as it is. Okay, now since mu of f of wk minus 1 is equals to 2 mod of f dash of wk minus 1 upon 1 plus mod of f of wk minus 1 square is less than 1. This is by locally boundedness of mu of f. Okay, and from this equation we get this 2 into mod of f dash of wk minus 1 as less than or equal to m into this term. Okay, m into 1 plus mod of f of wk minus 1 square. Okay, we substitute this value in this above equation and we get that less than or d of f of z dash is less than or equal to 2 alpha summation k from 1 to n 1 upon beta k wk minus 1 plus m. We take, okay, for this 2 into mod of f dash of wk minus 1 we put this value, and here we get summation k is equals to 1 to n m into this term. Okay, this we get this term. Okay, so we take this m outside the summation and get 1 upon beta k into this 1 plus mod of f of wk minus 1 so square into mod of wk minus 1. Okay, now which is less than or equals to 2 alpha summation k from 1 to n 1 upon beta k wk minus 1. Okay, instead of this beta k we put here 1. okay, how ते मी सांगते ही स्टेप कंप्लीट केल्यानंतर. ओके, के फ्रॉम 1 to n 1 प्लस मॉड ऑफ एफ ऑफ डब्ल्यू के मायनस 1 चा स्क्वेअर अपॉन बीटा के मायनस 1 प्लस 1 इंटू मॉड ऑफ डब्ल्यू के मायनस 1. ओके, सो इथे 1 कसा आला, हा 1 अपॉन बीटा के कॅन्सल कसा झाला. वी हॅव सिन्स बीटा केची व्हॅल्यू काय आपल्याकडे, बीटा के इज इक्वल्स टू 1 प्लस मॉड ऑफ एफ ऑफ डब्ल्यू के मायनस 1 चा स्क्वेअर इंटू 1 प्लस मॉड ऑफ एफ ऑफ डब्ल्यू के चा स्क्वेअर आणि याचा होलचा स्क्वेअर रूट. ओके, and this is greater than 1. Okay, so here beta k is greater than 1, so we can say that 1 upon beta k is less than or equal to 1. so म्हणून आपण इथं 1 upon beta k ची व्हॅल्यू पुट काय केली आहे, 1 पुट केली आहे. ओके, नाव d of f of z f of z dash is less than or equal to 4 alpha mod of z minus z dash plus m into summation k from 1 to n mod of wk minus wk minus 1 plus m into summation from k to from 1 to n 1 plus mod of f of wk minus 1 चा स्क्वेअर अपॉन बीटा के मायनस 1 इंटू मॉड ऑफ डब्ल्यू के मायनस 1. ओके, and we use here triangle inequality. Okay, by triangle inequality we get this term by triangle inequality and a second condition. What is our second condition? Okay, look, in previous step we have mod of which is less than twice alpha summation from wk summation of mod of wk minus 1, and the value of this summation k from 1 to n wk minus 1, this from 2 we get is less than 2 into mod of z minus z dash. Okay, so we put here the value of this is 2 into mod of z minus z dash, and so hence we get here 2 into 2 4 alpha mod of z minus z dash. Again we here add and subtract 1. Okay, and then use triangle inequality to separate the summation. Okay, so we separate here this term and this term. Okay, this term we use to break this summation by triangle inequality, and we get this two different terms. Okay, so now and okay, now which is less than 4 alpha mod of z minus z dash plus, again for this we can put here from second m into 2 into mod of z minus z dash from a second condition. Okay, plus m into alpha into 2 into mod of z minus z dash. How? Okay, here m is as it is. For this we use we have less than alpha, and for this again we can put 2 into mod of z minus z dash. Okay, we will see this in the condition. Okay, so this is nothing but this third condition. Okay, here beta k is equals to, we have beta k is equals to 1 plus mod of f of wk square into 1 plus mod of f of wk minus 1 square and square root of the whole term. Okay, so beta k, if we put here the value of beta k, then we get this term as in third condition, and the value of this term is less than alpha. So we put here alpha, and for this from second equation we put 2 into mod of z minus z dash. Okay, so our final answer is less than 4 alpha plus twice m plus twice m alpha into mod of z minus z dash. We put this mod as in common. Okay, since we have alpha is greater than 0 is arbitrary. Okay, and z minus z and z dash are any non-zero poles, any non-zero poles of f, then we can say that d of f of z dash is less than or equal to twice m mod of z minus z dash for non-zero poles, for non-poles z dash belongs to G. Okay, इथे नॉन पोल्स पाहिजे. ओके, नॉन पोल्स. So we get this condition for non-poles f and f dash. Okay, this is a second condition. How this twice m, we get this here twice m. Here alpha is constant, alpha is any arbitrary constant. Okay, here all the terms are constant. Okay, so we denote the whole term as twice on m. Okay, so this is our first case. We get d of f of z dash less than or equal to twice m mod of f z minus z dash in our first case. Okay, in our second and third case we have to obtain the same term. Okay, so in first case we consider z and z dash are both non-poles. Okay, in our second condition we consider, suppose z dash is a pole of f, but z is not. Okay, z is not pole. Okay, so if w belongs to k is not a pole, we consider a point w which is not a pole, then we can say that d of f of z infinity is less than or equal to d of f of z f of w plus d of f of w infinity. Here we use infinity because z dash is a pole. Okay, and here we use triangle inequality. Okay, so from our second equation we can write for this as twice is less than or equal to twice m mod of z minus w plus d of f of w infinity. Okay, this is by second equation. Okay, now since poles of f are isolated, okay, we know that poles are isolated singularity, then for w sufficiently close to z dash, w is not a pole. Okay, and so we can write, and so इथे काय म्हटलंय, poles of f are isolated for w sufficiently close to f dash. ओके, तर आपण काय म्हणू शकतो, w is not a pole. का बरं? कारण की वी नो दॅट का की पोल म्हणजे काय, पोल म्हणजे असते एक आयसोलेटेड सिंग्युलॅरिटी. आयसोलेटेड सिंग्युलॅरिटी म्हणजे काय, जर हा Z0 हा जर पोल असेल या रिजनमधला, वी कॅन से दॅट ओपन बॉल बी म्हणू आपण याला, ठीक आहे. या बॉल बीमधला जर हा Z0 आयसोलेटेड सिंग्युलॅरिटी असेल तर या एवढ्या रिजनमध्ये इथे असा एकही पॉईंट नसेल ज्याच्यावर आपल्याला दुसरी कोणती सिंग्युलॅरिटी मिळेल. ओके, म्हणजेच या बॉलच्या बाकी सगळ्या पॉईंट्सवर काय राहील, फंक्शन ॲनालिटिक राहील. ठीक आहे, म्हणजेच इथे कोणत्या पॉईंटवर आपल्याला पोल मिळणार नाही किंवा सिंग्युलॅरिटी मिळणार नाही. आणि आपण काय म्हटलं की डब्ल्यू इज सफिशियंटली क्लोज, म्हणजे ते इथे जेवढा होऊ शकेल तेवढ्या जवळ आपण कन्सिडर करत आहे. ओके, तर ते जर डब्ल्यू जर याच्यात जवळ असेल, सपोज इथे कुठेतरी जर डब्ल्यू असेल आणि Z0 काय आहे आपला इथे काय म्हटलं आपण Z'. ओके, Z' काय आहे आपला आयसोलेटेड सिंग्युलॅरिटी आहे, म्हणजेच पोल आहे. तर मग हा पॉईंट इथे पोल होईल का, नाही होईल, कारण की इथे काय राहील, फंक्शन ॲनालिटिक राहील. म्हणून आपण म्हणते डब्ल्यू इज नॉट अ पोल. ओके, सो फ्रॉम धिस वी कॅन राईट लिमिट W tends to Z' f of W is equals to f of Z' is equals to infinity, and limit W tends to Z' f of W Z minus W is equals to Z minus Z'. Okay, and therefore d of f of Z dash is equals to d of f of Z infinity. Okay, which is less than or equal to limit W tends to Z dash twice m mod of Z minus W plus d of f of W infinity. Okay, we get this f of okay, then twice m Z minus Z dash, we apply the limit here. Okay, so we put Z dash in place of W, so we get twice m Z minus Z dash plus d of f of Z dash infinity less than or equal to twice m mod of Z minus Z dash plus here Z dash is a pole, so we get here d of infinity. Okay, and which is equals to 0, so we get d of f of Z dash is less than or equal to twice m mod of Z minus Z dash plus 0. Okay, that is d of f of Z dash is less than or equals to twice m mod of Z minus Z dash, and hence which is nothing but a equation second. Okay, which is nothing but this second equation. Okay, so hence we can say that hence equation 2 holds if at most किती 1. ओके, आपण कन्सिडर केलं होतं की Z डॅश काय आहे, वन ऑफ Z अँड Z डॅश इज पोल. Z डॅश काय आहे, पोल आहे, आणि झेड पोल नाही आहे. तर एक दोघांपैकी जर एक पोल असेल तरी आपलं काय इक्वेशन काय होते, सॅटिस्फाय होते. ओके, देन सेकंड केस झाली आपली. आता केस नंबर थर्ड. इन धिस केस वी कन्सिडर इफ Z अँड Z डॅश आर बोथ पोल्स. ओके, सो जर दोन्ही पोल्स असेल देन फॉर W सफिशियंटली क्लोज टू Z इज नॉट अ पोल. का बरं नाही, आपण हे आताच बघितलं आहे. कारण की पोल काय असते, आयसोलेटेड सिंग्युलॅरिटी असते ना. आयसोलेटेड सिंग्युलॅरिटीच्या नेबरहूडमध्ये दुसरी सिंग्युलॅरिटी असू शकते का, नाही. का बरं, सिन्स poles are isolated. Okay, and so we can say that d of f of Z dash is equals to d of limit w tends to z, f of w, f of z dash is equals to limit w tends to z, d of f of w, f of z dash. Okay, and now we apply here limit, which is d of f of z, f of z dash is equals to is less than or equal to twice m mod of w minus z dash limit w tends to z. Okay, this is from our second equation. Okay, and which is less than or equal to, आपण लिमिट अप्लाय करू इथे काय येईल, ट्वाइस एम झेड मायनस झेड डॅश, बिकॉज हियर लिमिट w टेंड्स टू झेड, आपण w च्या टाकू झेड पुट करू अँड वी गेट डी ऑफ एफ ऑफ झेड डॅश ॲज is less than or equal to twice m d of twice m mod of z minus z dash. This is nothing but a second equation. Okay, so here also thus equation 2 holds if both z and z dash are poles of f. Okay, therefore equation 2 holds for all, we can say that for all, holds for all z and z dash belongs to k. ओके, पहिल्या कंडिशनमध्ये आपण हे कन्सिडर केलं होतं की दोन्ही पण पोल नाही आहेत. सेकंड कंडिशनमध्ये आपण कन्सिडर केलं की झेड डॅश पोल आहे पण झेड पोल नाही आहे. आणि थर्ड कंडिशनमध्ये आपण कन्सिडर केलं की झेड आणि झेड डॅश दोन्ही काय आहेत, पोल आहेत. सो आपण तीनही पॉसिबिलिटीज चेक करून बघितल्या आणि तीनच आपल्याला सारखं इक्वेशन मिळत आहे. ओके, सो आपण काय म्हणू शकतो इथे, यावरनं आपण म्हणू शकतो सो वी हॅव दॅट गिवन एनी डिस्क K which is subset of G that for all z dash belongs to K, d of f of z dash is less than or equal to twice m mod of z minus z dash for all f belong to script f. Okay, now we consider let A belongs to G and K is equals to open ball with center A and radius R is subset of G. Okay, and let epsilon is greater than 0, then we consider here m greater than 0 be constant and be constant such that mod of mu of f of z which is equals to mu of f of z is less than m for all z belongs to K and for all f belongs to script f. Okay, then we define delta which is equals to, which is minimum of r and epsilon upon twice m. Okay, so then for mod of z minus a less than delta, we have d of f of z, f of a is less than twice m mod of z minus a. This is from our equation second. Okay, this equation. Okay, here instead of z dash we have a, so we put here mod of z minus a. Okay, which is less than, and for mod of z minus a we have delta. Okay, so which is less than twice m delta, and for this whole term we put here epsilon. Okay, so we get this is for all f belong to script f. Okay, so we can say that is script f is, this is nothing but the, this is nothing but a condition for equicontinuity, that if z minus a less than delta, we get d of z f of z f of a is less than epsilon. Okay, so from this we can say that script f is equicontinuous at point a belongs to G. Okay, and here since a is any arbitrary point of G. Okay, so from this then by आर्झे लॉ, तो एनी आर्बिटरी पॉईंट आहे म्हणजेच काय आहे की स्क्रिप्ट एफ काय आहे जीच्या प्रत्येक पॉईंटवर इक्वी कंटिन्युअस आहे, म्हणूनच आपण बाय आर्झे लॉ आस्कोली थेरम असं म्हणू शकतो की स्क्रिप्ट एफ काय आहे, स्क्रिप्ट एफ आपण सगळ्यात पहिले प्रूव्ह केलं होतं की स्क्रिप्ट एफ आपला काय आहे, पहिली कंडिशन सॅटिस्फाय करते, दॅट इज द सेट ऑफ एफ ऑफ झेड हॅज कॉम्पॅक्ट क्लोजर इन एक्सटेंडेड कॉम्प्लेक्स प्लेन सी इन्फिनिटी. ओके, अँड देन आन्सर आस्केल थेरमची सेकंड कंडिशन पण इथे प्रूव्ह झाली आहे, दॅट स्क्रिप्ट एफ इज इक्वी कंटिन्युअस ॲट इच पॉईंट ऑफ जी. ओके, सो वी कॅन से दॅट स्क्रिप्ट एफ इज नॉर्मल in C of G extended complex plane C infinity. Okay, and this is a theorem, hence proved the theorem. Okay, so this is a theorem. We consider that mu of f is locally bounded, and here we prove that script f is normal. We have the theorem of family script f is normal in C of G C infinity if and only if mu of f is locally bounded. So we consider here mu of f is locally bounded and proved that script f is normal. For this we consider all the three possibilities, that if z and z dash both are not poles. In second case we consider z dash is a pole but z is not pole, and in third condition we consider that both z and z dash are not are poles. Okay, so this is a theorem. I hope you get it. Okay, so this is all for today, and in next lecture we will start the next article, Riemann mapping theorem. Okay, thank you.